as a woman, the more attractive that you are, the less likely you are to get approached in public. And I say this because when a man sees a beautiful woman at the gym, the coffee shop, the classroom, we instantly jump to the conclusion of, oh, she's married. Or if we see no ring, oh, she's engaged or about to get engaged. Or, oh, she has a boyfriend. 100% she has a boyfriend. We instantly jump to that conclusion. We naturally just assume beautiful woman in public, yeah, she's taken, I'm not even gonna try. That's the reality of the world. And on top of that, there's another layer behind all of this. The few times that us men where we were in that situation and we did actually approach, and the few times where the rejection was just awful, whether it was rude or it was awkward or other people were watching, typically a guy in his head, I'm not speaking about me specifically or other guys, I'm just talking about the general populace as a whole from what I've seen in most men. Typically they go off those bad experiences and go, yeah, either one, she's taken, or two, I remember how that felt 4 months ago when I approached. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Ladies, hear me out. Guys are going to tell you this, so I'll be the first one to tell you. Attractive girls barely get approached, and high-value women do not get approached, and they do not get texted first. They don't get nothing. They don't get no attention from guys. Why is this, okay? The reason this is because you automatically become more intimidating. And not just intimidating when you're attractive, but when you're high valued, bro, guys don't approach you, guys don't text you first. Reason being is because they can tell they can't handle you. The moment you come across high valued, they know you're going to be high maintenance. They know you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, expecting them to not play video games all day. So it's good because you're going to filter out the guys that you don't need. You get what I'm saying? So just because guys don't approach you or guys don't text you first does not mean you're ugly. It's probably going to force you to be isolated, right? But the good thing is, ladies, make yourself even more high value. Literally, I had a girl who texted me on IG the other day. She was saying how she was isolated. You know what I did? B&W Men's, I got her in my e-com group to teach her how to run a business, the exact business I do. Imagine you're high valued and you're rich, ladies. And you could be traveling the world. You're not going to be worried about if guys are texting you. And if you do want me to teach you the business I run, I will literally put y'all ladies on. Go to my IG, DM me the word e-com, E-C-O-M. I'll put you on step by step. But just because guys don't approach you does not mean you're unattractive.
An independent woman is not for everyone. In fact, in some cases, an independent woman will actually intimidate another man. And that's primarily based on the fact that this woman does not need a man in her life. If a man is in her life for whatever reason, it's because she truly and authentically desires his presence around. And that's what exactly is the factor that is somewhat intimidating to a lot of men, because men all throughout history, we've always been needed for everything. A woman's education, a woman's bank account, a job, literally everything. Women have been entirely and solely dependent upon men. So now that women have more of their own autonomous rights and they have more liberation, they don't need men as much for many things that like they did back in the day at one point in the past. So now men understanding this, they sort of get a little intimidated by it, because they think to themselves, well, shit, if I'm not needed in her life, she can boot me out of her life whenever she sees so fit. And an independent woman, a woman who has her own shit, holds her own shit down and has her own things going on, she is not tolerant of crappy behavior, because she knows what it's like to be with someone, and she also knows what it's like to be without them. And of course, being without them sometimes brings a lot more peace than being with someone who is not the right fit for you. And independent women understand all these things. And so when men see that they are easily replaceable and very dispensable, of course, it's going to intimidate them, because they've never really been used to that. All through our history, once again, we've always been needed for damn near everything. And now that we're not, a lot of men are intimidated by it. But this is only weak men. A strong man is not going to be intimidated by an independent woman at all. It's only a weak man that finds himself intimidated from an independent woman. Hey, if he doesn't come correct, he doesn't come right, he's going to get booted off to the curb. And it's unfortunately a very intimidating thing for a lot of guys. independent women have a tendency of being very smart, very educated, very goal driven, very ambitious, very clever, and very well aware of how things work in life, and also sometimes very well aware of how men operate. And this means that a man can't really come with any kind of crappy or bullshit lies because she has the ability to detect them from a mile away. And that's why they just choose to opt out from being with independent women, because a lot of dudes can't really get away with the bare minimum effort or low quality behavior, low quality treatment. So they know this and just prefer to stay away from independent women, and that's why they get intimidated by.
You're not intimidating. You're just not actually available in a way that lets a man come toward you. And that's why they back off. Not because you're too much, but because they don't feel like they can actually reach you. Let me explain this in the most real way possible. You probably think that men keep getting scared off because you're successful or you're confident or you have your life together, but that's not what's actually happening. He's not scared of you. He just can't feel you. There's no opening for him. When you've got everything locked down and handled, it looks great, but it leaves no space for him to step in. And men who lead, they need space. They need to feel like you're open, not just perfectly self-sufficient all on your own. You might think you're being easy to be with because you don't need him for anything. But what he feels is, there's nothing for me to offer you. You've already got it all covered. And men move toward women they can add value to. So the whole I'm intimidating thing, that's not really the issue. The issue is you learn to protect yourself by being self-contained. You got really good at not needing anyone, and now it looks like you're closed off. He doesn't want to compete with you. He wants to contribute to you. Instead of trying to be less intimidating, just let yourself be a little bit more open, a little less perfect, not in control of every moment, so he can tell who you are and how you feel. That's when he's going to feel the opening. That's when he's going to feel like he has space to step in.
Some of you, the issue you're having is that you're too good looking. Till the extent that people that wants to approach you and they have interest in you, they feel intimidated by your beauty. And when they eventually develop courage to approach you, they will still not believe that you are single.
I find that most men are very intimidated by strong, powerful women. You find that in a way when they're relating with them, they're either intimidated by them or they demean and devalue them, or in a quest to try and relate with them better. But it takes a real man to actually relate with a strong, powerful woman in such a way that it brings out the girl or the female in her. If you're a real man, you will not be intimidated. You will not demean her. You will bring out the girl in her.
Every man knows the feeling of not being able to go up and talk to an attractive girl he sees in public. This is because you don't know your value. You don't know your true value as a human being, not even as a man, just as a human being. Every human being has the same potential, the same confidence, the same value. So what separates you from the girl? You're putting her above you on this pedestal because you think she's more valuable than you. You're viewing her as the reward, when in reality, everybody's the reward. So why can't you be the reward, right? Why can't you, as a high value, high potential, high confidence being, right? Why would you not be able to go and talk to that girl and even have a chance with her? Think of yourself as the most valuable person in the entire world, because you basically are. Like, you have the potential to be the most valuable person in the entire world. This is not some sort of narcissistic thing. It's just true. You can be whatever you want. Man or woman, you can be whatever you want. This applies to women too. If you're scared to go and approach a man, take the same advice. But just start thinking of things that you have going for you. Start thinking of things that make you more valuable, such as a future career, a business you run, a social media page you run, or just character qualities you have, such as confidence or charisma that can't be replicated in other people. And you will start to perceive yourself as a high value being, and in turn have confidence and self-esteem to go and approach these people. And you'll begin to realize that it's really not that, like, people are really not that scary once you know yourself well enough. And once you don't, if you know yourself well enough, you don't need the other person. So develop your value internally, think about it, write it down if you need to.
Here are the 3 reasons why most guys can't talk to girls. The first reason is because they are scared of what other people think. I've had guys tell me, I would approach that girl, but that guy's around and that girl's close by. What if they hear me get rejected? Brother, you're not that important. Number 2, they don't know what to say. Here's a quick tip that if you're at a coffee shop, talk to her about coffee. If you're at a run club, talk to her about running. Do you see where I'm going with this? The best openers are context-based openers because the girl knows this isn't a pickup line. You're talking to her about what's actually going on currently. And the third reason is straight up rejection. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what I'm going to say already. But I don't fear rejection, I fear regret. How many times have you driven home, walked home from a club or a bar, and you're like, damn, I should have talked to that girl. Now you go to sleep, looking up at the ceiling, going, damn, bro, she was right there. And you see, that's what I regret.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you on a date first? Because that's crazy to me. Like, when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're like making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not gonna say something, how are you not gonna say something? Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's...
Before we get into why men aren't approaching anymore, we need to talk about why they think like this. Women do not know what it's like to go up and approach somebody because they don't have to do it. So she didn't have to go through the practice of trying to figure out what to say and how to say it and make sure that you're not being creepy and trying to be assertive and confident, but you don't want to come off as like kind of possessive. They have no idea what that entails. That's like me complaining to a race car driver like, yo, why don't you just drive better? Meanwhile, I've never driven before. It doesn't make any sense now, does it? Mind you, this is also during a time where recording in the gym and acting like men are hitting on you and posting it on TikTok is trendy, taking screenshots of your DMs and all the men trying to talk to you and exposing them and bullying them for how they chose to talk to you is trending. Constantly complaining about how men choose to approach you depending on the circumstance and the environment is trendy. So with those two things in combination, you have an environment of people that constantly claim they don't want to be approached while simultaneously complaining when they're not approached. What are you supposed to do? Now, unfortunately or fortunately, regardless how you view it, the only thing left to do is approach. That's all you have to do. That is your burden as the man. Now you have to find a way to do it that isn't creepy or off-putting. You walk up, you introduce yourself. Yo, what's up? My name is V. I've noticed you come here pretty often, and I think we should go out sometime. And you give her your number. You don't ever ask for her number. You give her your number because now if she's interested in you, it puts it on her to continue to initiate the interaction as opposed to you getting hers and you texting her and now she might have changed her mind. If she thinks you're attractive in that moment and you give her your number and she goes home and for whatever reason she decides not to text you, then it's just done and it's left like that. But don't listen to what they say and them complaining about it because they don't know what it's like. All right. They don't have to deal with it every day or any day, really. You do. But how do y'all feel about this? Let me know down in the comments below.
All right. So let me ask y'all a question, right? There's a type of car a woman drive intimidate you. I was talking to a guy about a couple weeks ago. He was like, yeah, man, I'm talking to this girl. I said, okay, cool. He showed me a picture of her. He said, but you gotta look at her car. I said, all right. It was like this Benz. It's like it was a 2014 something Benz. He had told me. He said, yeah, man, I gotta step my shit up. To fuck with her, I gotta step my shit up. I'm like, why? Because of the car? He said, yeah, man, you see how she living? You see her lifestyle? So I'm like, time out. Did you get the Instagram or did you get the number? He said, oh, I got a number, but I ended up finding her on Instagram. So, okay, maybe you met her driving somewhere. He said, no, we met at the gym. And she didn't know what kind of car you had? No, she didn't. Nigga. So why do you think she like you, dumbass? She don't care what kind of car you got. Obviously, because she probably still don't know what kind of car you got. And he was like, oh yeah, bro, you got a point. So I'm asking y'all, does the woman lifestyle, her car, the way she dressed, the purses, the shoes, the materialistic things, pretty much, does that intimidate you from approaching or talking to a woman? In this case, the nigga already made the approach. He already had her in the bag. It's just that when he saw what she had, he automatically felt in his chest or in his mind that he got to step his game up. Not because he want to step his game up on his own, but because of the girl that he's talking to or interested in. She got such a lavish lifestyle when in reality, I know that's not even his lifestyle. So does that intimidate y'all or y'all just be like, okay, that's just her lifestyle? Let me know.
When a woman is intimidatingly attractive, men don't wonder if they want her. They wonder if they are confident enough to approach her. Because her beauty is obvious. That is not the question. The real question is, do I have enough confidence to stand in front of a woman like that and not shrink? And that is why some women get stared at more than they get approached. Because men can desire you from a distance. But distance is safe. Approaching you requires confidence. It requires a man to believe he can actually hold eye contact with what he wants. And a lot of men can't. So they call you intimidating. But sometimes you're not intimidating. You're just attractive enough to expose who is confident and who only looks confident from afar away.
I don't think a lot of women actually realize this, but attractive women actually get hated on by men. A lot of women think that just because they don't get approached or texted first, or nobody's on their line, that they're cooked or something, when it's actually the opposite. Guys are either intimidated or hate attractive women. There's no in between, and there's no nothing. Think about it. Every attractive woman you know, they're always getting called a 304 by guys. They're always saying, oh, she just asking for attention. They don't like you because they think they can't get you. So what does that mean? They're going to hate on you. So no other guy is trying to get to you. And they're also going to be intimidated because, hey, who wants to walk up to a 10? You get what I'm saying? Because most of the time you might even get rejected. So yeah, ladies, you are going to be lonely if you're actually attractive. But use that to your advantage. Get closer to God. Go to the gym. Start you a business.
So listen, a man is more likely to like you and fall for you if he is scared of you. I know it sounds completely contradictory, but just hear me out. If a guy is somewhat nervous to meet with you, go on that first date with you, and there's just nerves around it, I'm telling you, there's a good chance that he's probably already psyched himself into falling for you, getting feelings for you, and liking you. This kind of goes back to the point where I always talk about how guys always know beforehand if they are going to date a girl or pursue a girl. And I think it all starts with if he is just a little bit nervous to ask you out on a date, or if he's just a little bit nervous around everything going on about, potentially falling for you. So yeah, common discrepancy between guys who fall for girls and actually, get feelings for them is they're a little bit nervous when they're starting to get going. And it does not matter how confident those guys are. They are still going to get those nervous feelings on that first date, pulling up to pick you up, to take you out. It's just the way it goes. So as always, use this information as you wish and have an awesome day.